Howdy everyone. Today, I've got another package from Gage. Now, I'm gonna crack this one open off camera, just because I know this is gonna be a long video and I want to wrap it up quickly. But, I will be showing all the contents after the fact. Alright, so I opened up the box, I poured out the contents, I removed most of the bubble wrap. This is the contents. I'll be going over them. And hopefully there isn't anything too rough in here. Now I know in particular we were worried that the mine detector would be received fine. Let me try to get this in focus. It looks like it arrived safe and sound. Alright. Make sure. So, Gage sent the marine mine detector set, one I've been after for some time. I was hesitant to accept it, but he kept mentioning it again and again, and in the end I worked out a pretty good trade with him on it, if I remember correctly. It's missing the little sticker that goes on there, but it appears to be complete. I can't remember if he left the batteries inside or not. I'm not actually sure how to go about opening this. I'll be right back once I figure out how to open up the case to see if there's batteries inside. Hold on a second. Alright, managed to get it open, pop the battery inside, and it functions. Very good. Thank you, Gage, for that. I'll probably throw in a few extra bits in there for you because it functions and arrived safely. But yeah. So there's the mine detector. Close that sucker back up. There we are. That'll be going straight into use. And now, on to the next thing. Alright, so here's the next thing. First of all, he sent me a little gag sticker. Simple little thing, I'll probably stick that somewhere. And then, he sent this. I was a little kerfuffled how he may have attained this, because it looks like the flag off of an Action Man Polar Explorer set. Sticky backed, my set was missing the flag. And if this is a correct flag, which I'm not sure if it is or isn't, I'll have to check Action Man HQ. If it's the correct flag, it'll be going on to my Polar Explorer. Thank you for that one, Gage. I'm honestly thinking it's out of a sticker set, but it seems to be the right size. I'll be moving on to the next bunch now. Now we're getting on the baggies full of things. Alright, so here's the next thing. Marine Corps tent, its 40th anniversary, along with a strip of cloth to be used for Action Man scarves for the basic soldier, and Marine Corps communications radio. It's not perfect. One of the hinges is broken off on the back, and the pin on this one has been replaced with a bolt. I found that the 3D printed filament I use is the perfect thickness for using for these, so I'll replace that bolt with a little sort of melted in place peg. It's a decent radio. It's a little beat up, but I needed one of these pretty badly, so I'm glad he had it. Even still has an antenna inside, which is pretty nice. Don't often see them with antennas. I'll be moving on to the next thing now. Alright. Here's the next slot here. So, this contains a number of things. I'm gonna start off relatively small and move my way up. For one, a beer glass for one of my action men. He mentioned I'd be sending this my way, and I was certainly interested. Can't remember what he said they were from. Also, a little packet in here. Ah, a little note saying, "For your British troops." Made out of an old envelope. Yeah. For your English troops. Which actually, let me get you a close-up on that. Very large glass. Should fit in Action Man gripping hands pretty easily. Probably be in the hands of an officer for some time. Move things over there. Next, a pair of Cotswold action hands. Let me get you a good view of them. Okay, these ones are a little more flexible than the pair I previously purchased from Cotswold. Likely a different batch, or he may have worked them out a little bit more. But yeah, decent pair. He's thrown a little bit of tape on the pegs so that they fit better. I'll be removing the pegs entirely. Then, what should I look up next? Ah yes, a couple of things over here. White pistol belt for my Shore Patrol figure, and a billy club for said Shore Patrol figure. Billy club is knockoff. Belt is questionable. I think it's official Hasbro. It's in pretty good shape actually. He's saying it's pretty stained up, but staining isn't as bad as I expected. It'll work fine. Then, knockoff shovel with cover, which this was one of the better knockoff shovels, so I'll be using the shovel itself in the Hasbro cover. Haven't attained an actual Hasbro shovel yet, so hopefully that'll be a good placeholder for one of my Marines or soldiers or what have you. Then, seemingly, he was saying this is an official boot, but it actually looks like it's a knockoff in person. It feels a little bit too chunky. Sorry, had to cut it there. On to the next bit. I'll be repairing this for him. This right here. I'm gonna 3D print a peg for it and tap out the rivet and put in a new peg for this elbow for him. Then he sent this extremely faded jumpsuit, pre-stained up, pre-faded up, in the hopes I can use a zipper of it, because it's a good zipper, on my goldenrod suit that's missing the zipper, which hopefully that'll work. It's honestly a decent suit, it's just pretty stained up. Next thing I'll move to some of the more modern stuff. Stormtrooper Flamethrower Troop. I thought, that's cool. Seeing it now in person, it's not quite white, it's more of a pearl color. Quite cool. It'll fit in amongst my very few Star Wars figures. I believe all but one of which are from him. Decent articulation. Patches are rendering his legs inoperable. But yeah, I wonder, can the helmet be removed? Is there a head underneath? Nope, helmet is his head. Okay. But yeah, that fella there, he'll end up in combat soon. Then, another modern figure. I'm not actually sure who this fella is. He's Cobra. He's got a Cobra emblem on his left arm. He's one of the, I believe it was 25th anniversary figures, if I remember correctly. But yeah, he's pretty loose actually. I didn't expect that, but he's pretty loose compared to other ones Gage sent previously. Still yet, pretty good figure. Is his helmet removable? No, that is his head. Okay. Yeah, he'll go into combat with the other ones. Then, speaking of said figures, pour this all out, reposition the camera. These are the accessories for other figures. He forgot he had these, or he found them after the fact, and he sent them my way. So, now those Cobra Troopers that he previously sent will have their proper weaponry. Given the coloring, I would guess that this pistol and submachine gun came with the officer, while the rifles came with the two other figures. Stands all say 2009 Hasbro. Made in China. So those go into use. Set those aside. And another thing, he has somehow gotten in the habit of sending me pennies. This one is a 1983 Demon. I'll probably just set that aside. Then, on to the biggest item he sent. He sent a $6 million man and a bunch of these balloons for various projects, mainly for the arm skins on these guys. So apparently I just reviewed this whole figure and found out my camera wasn't recording. Not sure how long it's not been recording, but essentially I went over the functions of this $6 million man figure. Yeah. Still yet, Gage did a good job on making up the arm skins for me. And hopefully this guy will be easy enough to repair. I'll likely be swapping his head out for another head if I can find one, just because it's so beat up. And it appears it was a poor idea for me to actually roll up that arm skin while showcasing it, because now it's stuck together. It can't actually unroll anymore. Maybe if I... No. So yeah, it pretty well melded together. Well, that's going to be interesting. I suppose I'll have to make up one out of one of those balloons and never touch it. Pop that on. Simple enough. Looks pretty good. Looks even better when it isn't tearing it. Okay. I'm just going to pull that one off, and I'll try to copy it and make up a new arm skin for this figure. But yeah. Alright. So we sent some printed out emblems for the arm on the $6 million man, along with a note saying thanks for the 3D print stuff, and another bigger note, which I'll read out. To Adventure Team headquarters of Torrance, California. Top secret. From the Adventure Team From the Adventure Team headquarters of Missouri. Payload of various vintage items, including as follows: 1 $6 million man figure, 1 6-inch Star Wars figure, 1 6-inch G.I. Joe figure, various 1/6 scale 60s G.I. Joe figure bits and bobs, and weapons for 6-inch figures, plus an elbow joint that needs urgently tended to for the commander of the Adventure Team headquarters in Missouri, along with a large Adventure Team logo, and something in Russian that I'm not even going to bother trying to translate because that's going to be a mess, but, yeah. I'm not even gonna try to guess what that says. But yeah. Big thanks to Gage. I'll be sending a package his way, and I'll actually, after this, I'll swap out the battery on the camera, and I'll send him a few photos of the stuff I'll be sending. Along with the reason I'm sending my half later than him is because, of course, I gotta repair that elbow piece for him. That right there. I'll be fixing that for him. I'll be getting this stuff set and ready for the various needs and purposes. And, yeah. Thank you, Gage. Thank you to everyone else I've been dealing with as of late. So, this has been Sam's Vintage Repairs. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever. And, yeah. Whatever the case, this has been Sam Surplus. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. See ya. Hail, Cobra Commander.